All right, so get this. Today we are diving deep into ChatGPT, but hold on, because we're not just talking about the basics, everyone, and their grandma already knows.
Yeah.
We're talking about next level stuff, like
Exactly.
how to use ChatGPT to analyze like your writing style,
Right.
plan a crazy trip to Japan on a super tight budget,
Mm.
or even like learning calculus without even breaking a sweat.
Yeah, you pretty much hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
It's about like going beyond the surface level stuff and really understanding like the how and the why behind ChatGPT's crazy capabilities.
Exactly. And to do that,
Right.
we've got like a whole stack of your research and articles, even like some of your personal notes.
Yeah.
And we're going to extract like the absolute gold from all of this.
Right.
The aha moments that'll turn your listeners into total Chat GPT pros.
What I find really fascinating is that a lot of people like they still think of ChatGPT as just like a fancy chatbot. But honestly, it's so much more than that. It's like this incredibly powerful tool that can honestly be applied to like almost every aspect of our lives.
Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. We've organized this whole deep dive into 5 key categories of like ChatGPT hacks.
Okay.
So we've got education and learning, productivity and organization,
Yep.
professional and business growth,
Uh-huh.
creativity and entertainment,
Right?
and last but not least, personal life and well-being. Does that sound pretty comprehensive to you?
It does. And within each category,
Yeah.
we'll be going through both like the really well-known hacks, but also some of the less obvious ones. Like, for example, did you know that ChatGPT can actually help you understand super complex mathematical concepts
What?
by breaking them down step by step and even like show you alternative methods to solve the same problem?
Hon, you're telling me I could have just breezed through calculus if I had this thing back in college?
You could have.
Man.
I'm kind of wishing I had ChatGPT back then. Well, I mean, it's never too late to learn,
Yeah.
right? And that's kind of the beauty of ChatGPT. Like, it can help us at any stage of our lives, really, whether you're a student or like a seasoned professional or just someone who loves to learn new things.
All right, so let's jump into that first category then. Education and learning. I mean, it's not exactly a secret that ChatGPT can be a pretty fantastic tutor, but let's go a little bit deeper than that.
Right.
We're not just talking about getting like simple definitions or summaries.
Yeah.
ChatGPT can actually help you learn pretty much anything at your own pace, from basic coding to like
Absolutely.
the crazy intricacies of quantum physics.
And this is where it gets really interesting.
Oh,
Think about those times when you're like totally stuck on a concept
yeah.
and you just wish you had someone
Yes.
to break it down for you in a way that actually makes sense.
Like a human being.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, ChatGPT can do that.
Yeah.
And it can even adapt its explanations based on like your level of understanding.
So I could ask it to explain, let's say, string theory, but like explain it to me as if I was a 5-year-old.
Exactly. Or let's say you're struggling with a specific coding concept.
Okay.
You could ask ChatGPT to just walk you through the process step by step, and it will like provide examples and explanations along the way.
Yeah.
It's like having a personalized tutor available to you 24/7.
That's amazing. It's like it goes way beyond just
Right.
Googling something. It's like
Yeah.
you get to have this dynamic learning experience that's actually tailored to you, to
Exactly.
your specific needs.
And let's not forget about language learning.
Oh, yeah.
ChatGPT can be an amazing language partner. It can simulate conversations in tons of different languages.
Really?
It can correct your grammar and even expand your vocabulary. And it's not limited to just like the most common languages either. You could practice Icelandic or Swahili if you wanted to.
Wow. So I could basically travel the world and have like fluent conversations, all thanks to ChatGPT.
Pretty much.
That's incredible. And what about those times when you need to absorb a ton of information really quickly, like right before an exam or like a big presentation?
Oh, yeah.
Can ChatGPT help with that too?
Absolutely. ChatGPT is amazing at condensing information.
Okay.
So let's say you need a concise summary of the entire French Revolution. Just ask it to give you the key takeaways in like 10 bullet points.
Oh, wow.
Or if you want to quickly revise all the major theories of psychology, ChatGPT can create a custom study guide that's tailored to your specific needs.
Okay, this is seriously blowing my mind. It's like having a super-powered study buddy who can instantly organize and summarize like any amount of information.
It's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah?
And it's not just about passively absorbing information either.
Okay.
ChatGPT can also help you actively engage with the material. So you could ask it to create flashcards or quizzes,
Oh.
or even mock exams to test your knowledge and see where you need to focus your studies.
I'm already feeling smarter just thinking about all of this.
And we're just getting started.
Okay, bring it on. What's next?
Let's move on to a category that I think everyone can relate to: productivity and organization.
Mm.
We all struggle with managing our time, staying organized,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
and getting things done efficiently.
Yes, 100%.
Well, ChatGPT can be a total game changer in this area too.
Okay, I'm ready to become a productivity ninja. Tell me everything.
Well, think about like all those little tasks that just eat up your time. Like scheduling appointments or drafting emails or even creating social media posts.
Right.
ChatGPT can like automate or streamline a lot of these things for you.
Okay, so we're not just talking about using it as like a glorified to-do list app or something.
No. It's about using ChatGPT's intelligence to like work smarter, not harder.
Right.
Like, for example, instead of spending hours trying to write the perfect email,
Oh, yeah.
you could just give ChatGPT a few bullet points and it could draft a polished message for you in seconds. You can even ask it to adjust the tone to be more formal or casual depending on like who you're emailing.
Now that's what I call a time saver. I can already see myself using that feature a lot.
Yeah.
What about like project planning though? Can
Yeah.
ChatGPT help me organize a big project and make sure I don't miss any deadlines?
Absolutely. Remember that month-long trip to Japan we were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Let's say you're on a tight budget and you want to pack in as much as possible. You could ask ChatGPT to create like a detailed itinerary.
Okay.
But not just that. It can factor in travel times, costs must-see attractions, and even suggest local hidden gems that you might not find in like typical guidebooks.
Okay. You've officially sold me on this. I'm ready to hand over my next vacation planning to ChatGPT.
It makes it so much easier.
But what about those of us who aren't like
Right.
travel bloggers or planning these elaborate trips?
Yeah.
How can ChatGPT boost productivity in like a more everyday sense?
Well, think about all the data that we deal with on a daily basis.
Okay.
ChatGPT can analyze spreadsheets, extract key insights, and even generate complex formulas in Excel. Like if you need to clean up a messy data set, ChatGPT can do that too, which can honestly save you hours of tedious work.
So it's like having a virtual data analyst at my fingertips.
Pretty much. And let's not forget about the power of automation. ChatGPT can even write basic scripts in languages like Python, which can automate repetitive tasks and free up your time for more important things.
Hold on, is ChatGPT going to steal my job?
That's a common concern, and it's actually something we're going to explore a bit later.
Okay.
But for now, let's just focus on how we can use these tools to our advantage. Remember, ChatGPT is here to augment our capabilities, not to replace us.
Okay, that's reassuring. I'm all for working smarter, not harder.
Right.
So we've talked about education and productivity, but what about using ChatGPT to level up professionally?
That's where our next category comes in: professional and business growth.
Okay.
Whether you're looking for a new job, starting a business, or just trying to improve your skills, ChatGPT can be like a secret weapon.
All right, I'm all ears. How can ChatGPT help me climb that career ladder?
Well, imagine being able to practice for a job interview with a virtual interviewer.
Wait.
That can ask you tough questions, provide feedback on your answers, and even give you tips on like body language and presentation skills.
Seriously, that would be a game changer. I always get so nervous in interviews.
I hear you. And ChatGPT can help you prepare for those like tricky behavioral questions like, tell me about a time you failed.
Right.
It can even help you tailor your resume and cover letter to specific job descriptions, highlighting the skills and experiences that are most relevant to the role.
That's amazing. It's like having a personal career coach in my pocket.
Right.
But what about those of us who are thinking about starting our own businesses? Can ChatGPT help with that too?
Absolutely. ChatGPT can be an incredible brainstorming partner. It can help you generate business ideas, analyze market trends, and even develop a basic business plan. You could ask it something like, what are some innovative business ideas that could address the problem of food waste in my city? And it would give you a bunch of possibilities that you might have never thought of on your own.
That's so cool. It's like having a built-in business consultant. But starting a business can be really daunting. Can ChatGPT help me navigate those early stages and avoid common pitfalls?
Definitely. It can help you research your target market, identify your ideal customer profile, and even come up with marketing strategies that are tailored to your specific business.
Yeah.
You could even ask it to analyze your competitors and figure out like their strengths and weaknesses.
I'm starting to think ChatGPT can do just about anything.
It's definitely a versatile tool,
Yeah.
And it can also help with the more like mundane aspects of running a business,
Okay.
like drafting contracts, creating invoices, and managing your finances.
Okay. I'm officially impressed. But let's be real.
Yeah.
All work and no play makes for a pretty dull life.
Hmm.
Can ChatGPT help us have a little fun, too?
Of course.
Huh?
That's where our next category comes in, creativity and entertainment.
Okay.
ChatGPT can be a fantastic tool for like exploring your creative side, whether you're a writer, a musician, an artist, or just someone who enjoys dabbling in different forms of expression.
All right. Let's unleash our inner artists. What creative tricks does ChatGPT have up its sleeve?
Well, for starters, it can be an amazing writing partner.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say you're working on a short story, but you're feeling stuck.
I've been there.
You could ask ChatGPT to help you like develop your characters, brainstorm plot twists, or even generate different endings to your story.
That's amazing. It's like having a co-writer who's always available and full of ideas. But what if I'm not a writer? Are there other ways I can use ChatGPT to tap into my creative side?
Absolutely. ChatGPT can help you write songs, compose poems, create scripts for plays or movies, and even generate ideas for artwork.
Yeah.
You could ask it to describe a surreal landscape, or imagine a futuristic city, or even come up with a concept for an abstract sculpture.
This is blowing my mind. It's like having a muse on demand.
Right.
But what about those of us who are more into consuming creative content than creating it?
Yeah.
Can ChatGPT enhance our entertainment experiences too?
For sure. Imagine being able to create personalized games, trivia challenges, or interactive stories that are tailored to your specific interests.
Okay.
You could even ask ChatGPT to generate a playlist of songs based on your current mood, or recommend movies that you might enjoy based on your favorite genres.
Wow, that's taking entertainment to a whole new level.
Yeah.
I'm already starting to think of all the fun things I could do with ChatGPT. But before we get too carried away with all these possibilities,
Right.
let's not forget about the importance of taking care of ourselves. Can ChatGPT help us in that realm of personal life and well-being?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's actually our final category, and it's perhaps the most important one.
Yeah.
ChatGPT can be an incredible tool for improving our physical, mental, and emotional well-being.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How can ChatGPT help me live a healthier and happier life?
Well, let's start with fitness.
Yeah.
ChatGPT can create personalized workout routines based on your goals, fitness level, and available equipment. It can even suggest modifications for exercises if you have any injuries or limitations.
That's amazing. It's like having a personal trainer at my fingertips. But what about nutrition? Can ChatGPT help me eat healthier too?
Of course. You could ask it to create a meal plan based on your dietary restrictions, preferences, and calorie goals. It can even generate shopping lists and recipes, which makes healthy eating so much easier and more convenient.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. But what about mental well-being? Can ChatGPT help with stress management or improving my mood?
It definitely can. ChatGPT can provide you with mindfulness exercises, relaxation techniques, and even personalized affirmations to help you manage stress and cultivate a more positive mindset. You can even ask it to tell you a joke or a funny story to brighten your day.
This is incredible. It's like having a personal therapist and a cheerleader all rolled into one. But what about those times when we're facing tough decisions or feeling lost in life? Can ChatGPT offer any guidance in those areas?
Absolutely. ChatGPT can help you clarify your goals, identify your values, and explore different options for your future.
Yeah.
You could ask it to generate a list of potential career paths,
Yeah.
brainstorm ideas for personal projects, or even help you weigh the pros and cons of a major life decision.
It's like having a wise mentor who's always there to offer support and encouragement. I'm starting to realize that ChatGPT is so much more than just a tech tool. It's like a partner in our personal growth and a companion on our journey through life.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And I think that's what makes ChatGPT so special. It's not just about making our life easier or more efficient. It's about helping us become better versions of ourselves.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground in this deep dive. We've explored how ChatGPT can enhance our education, boost our productivity, level up our professional lives, fuel our creativity, and even improve our well-being. I'm feeling pretty inspired, but I have to admit I'm also a little overwhelmed by all the possibilities. Where do we even begin? All right, welcome back to our final part of our ChatGPT deep dive. I can't believe we've already covered so much.
It's been a wild ride for sure.
From using ChatGPT as our own personal tutor
Right.
to brainstorming crazy business ideas and even planning our dream vacation. I mean, I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
And in this final part, we're going to equip you with the knowledge to become true ChatGPT power users.
Oh,
We're going to delve into some of those advanced techniques
okay.
that are going to allow you to fine-tune your interactions with ChatGPT
Mm-hmm.
and like really get the most out of this incredible tool.
Okay, I'm ready to level up my ChatGPT skills. What's first on the agenda?
Let's talk about something called prompt chaining.
Prompt chaining.
It's a technique that allows you to essentially build upon previous responses from
Okay.
ChatGPT and like create this more interactive and dynamic conversation.
Prompt chaining. That sounds pretty intriguing. How does it work exactly?
Okay, so imagine you're asking ChatGPT to write you a short story.
Okay.
Instead of giving it like all the details up front, you could start with a simple prompt like, tell me a story about a young woman who discovers a magical artifact.
Oh, okay. I like where this is going.
And then based on ChatGPT's initial response, you could ask follow-up questions
Oh.
or provide additional prompts to like guide the direction of this story.
So I could be like, what does the artifact look like? Or what kind of powers does it have?
Exactly. You
Or
got it.
like, what challenges does this young woman face?
Exactly. By chaining your prompts together,
Yeah.
you're essentially collaborating with ChatGPT
Oh, wow.
to co-create this unique and engaging narrative.
That's amazing. It's like having a brainstorming partner
Right.
who's always ready to bounce ideas back and forth.
It is. And prompt chaining can be used for so much more than just creative writing.
Okay.
You can use it to like refine a business plan,
Uh,
explore different solutions to a problem, or even just have like a more engaging and informative conversation with ChatGPT.
This opens up like a whole new level of interaction. I'm starting to see how ChatGPT can be more than just a tool. It can be like a true creative partner.
Exactly. And the more you experiment with prompt chaining,
Yeah.
the more you'll realize just how dynamic and versatile ChatGPT can really be.
This is really exciting. Now, I know we briefly touched on this idea of prompt engineering earlier.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what that is and how it can help us get like even better results from ChatGPT?
Absolutely. So think of prompt engineering as like the art of crafting the perfect prompt
Okay.
to elicit the most accurate, the most relevant, and the most creative responses from ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
It's about understanding how to communicate effectively with this powerful language model to get the results that you want.
So it's not just about asking any random question.
Right.
There's a certain finesse to it.
Exactly. It's like learning a new language.
Okay.
The more you understand the nuances of ChatGPT's capabilities
Okay.
and its limitations, the better you'll be able to communicate your intentions and guide its responses.
Okay, I'm starting to see how powerful this could be. Can you give us like some specific tips on how to craft those effective prompts?
Sure. One key principle is to just be as specific as possible.
Okay.
So instead of asking a vague question like, tell me about the history of artificial intelligence, you can ask something more specific like, compare and contrast the key milestones in the development of artificial intelligence from the 1950s to the present day.
So the more context and detail I provide, the better ChatGPT will be able to understand what I'm actually looking for.
Exactly. Another important tip is to use keywords effectively.
Okay.
So if you're looking for information on a specific topic, make sure to include relevant keywords in your prompt.
Right.
This will help ChatGPT focus its search and retrieve the most pertinent information.
So if I'm interested in learning about sustainable fashion, I should use keywords like eco-friendly or ethical?
Yes.
Perfect. Or like organic cotton or recycled materials?
Exactly. Those keywords will guide ChatGPT towards the most relevant sources
Okay.
and ensure that its responses are tailored to your specific interests.
This is starting to feel like a superpower. It's like I'm learning the secret code to unlock ChatGPT's full potential.
It is quite empowering, isn't it? And the more you practice prompt engineering,
Yeah.
the more you'll discover just this incredible range of things that you can accomplish with ChatGPT.
Okay, so we've talked about prompt chaining and prompt engineering. Are there any other like advanced techniques that we should be aware of?
One more technique worth mentioning is temperature control.
Temperature control.
All right, it's a way to adjust the creativity and randomness of ChatGPT's responses.
Temperature control. That sounds interesting. How does that work?
Okay, so think of it like this. A higher temperature setting will result in more creative and unexpected responses,
Uh-huh.
while a lower temperature setting will produce more predictable and focused outputs.
So if I'm looking for like a wild and imaginative story, I should crank up the temperature.
You got it.
But if I'm looking for like a factual summary or
Yeah.
a concise analysis, a lower temperature might be more appropriate.
Exactly.
That's really helpful. It gives me like more control
It does.
over the kind of output that I want to receive.
And temperature control can be especially useful for tasks like brainstorming,
Okay.
creative writing, or generating different perspectives on an issue.
I'm loving all these advanced techniques. It's like ChatGPT is becoming more and more personalized with every interaction.
It is. And the more you experiment with these techniques,
Yeah.
the more you'll be able to fine-tune your ChatGPT experience to suit your individual needs and preferences.
This has been an incredible deep dive. I mean, we've gone from the basics to some seriously advanced techniques.
We have.
And I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of what ChatGPT is capable of.
Good.
But before we wrap things up, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge that with any powerful technology like this, there are also potential downsides or risks that we need to be mindful of.
You're absolutely right. It's so important to approach any new technology with a critical eye and to consider both its potential benefits
Right.
and its potential drawbacks.
So what are some of the things that we should be aware of when using ChatGPT?
Well, one thing to keep in mind is that ChatGPT is a language model.
Okay.
It's not a human being.
Right.
It doesn't have real-world experience or common sense.
Yeah.
And it can sometimes generate responses that are factually incorrect, biased, or even offensive.
So it's really important for us to use our own judgment
Right.
and critical thinking skills
Exactly.
when evaluating ChatGPT's output.
We should never blindly trust everything that it tells us.
Right.
It's so important to fact-check information, consider different perspectives, and use our own knowledge and experience to make informed decisions.
That's a really important point. We need to be responsible users of this technology
Right.
and not let it become like a substitute for our own critical thinking.
Absolutely. And another thing to consider is like the potential impact of ChatGPT on society as a whole.
Yeah.
As this technology becomes more sophisticated and more widely available. It's important to think about its implications for things like employment, education, and even our relationships with each other.
It's a lot to consider, but I think these are really important conversations to have
I agree.
as we navigate this new technological landscape.
I believe that the key to harnessing the power of ChatGPT for good is to use it thoughtfully, ethically, and with a focus on creating a more just,
Yeah.
equitable, and sustainable world.
Well said. I think that's a perfect note to end on. This has been such an incredible journey, and I'm feeling both excited and empowered by all the possibilities that we've explored.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you.
The pleasure was all ours.
And I encourage everyone listening to keep exploring, keep experimenting, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible with this technology.
Couldn't agree more. So to all our listeners out there, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of ChatGPT hacks. We hope you've gained some valuable knowledge and inspiration to unlock your own ChatGPT superpowers. Until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and keep learning.